Hi guys, welcome back to EPSSG, and today we have another unboxing for you guys, and this is my father's work, and I got this from Geekster, so do check him out. I'll link his Shopee page down below. And basically this is a story driven and also a worker placement game which can span over several games, or rather 3 generations. So I'm carefully rotating this box because it's super big, and again this is by Renegade Game Studios. And yeah, so let's see the side. So the sides are all the same, and it's pretty heavy. So okay, so this is the back of the box, and yeah, so as you can see here, there are 3 different pictures. So there's actually 3 scenarios in this box, and each scenario you actually play over 3 generations. And so thematically wise, it's quite interesting in the sense that the different sort of players that you're playing as, they actually can pass on their knowledge to generations to come. So essentially 3 generations, and basically this knowledge I believe is kind of like a ability or some sort of power up. I've not really dive in very deeply into the Kickstarter, yeah, but this is a very interesting one. So basically for the new generations, you actually do start off with a bit of knowledge which will help you in some sort of way as you progress through the game and the story. So yep, this is a story driven game, meaning you actually get to experience different narrative and different storyline and different story path down the road. So yeah, so you actually have quite a lot of different endings that you can actually try out, and or rather experience for yourself, and different things that you do lead to different outcomes. And so this makes it really replayable despite having only 3 scenarios. So each scenario you can actually play quite a number of times and try to find out all the hooks and crannies of all the different story bits in the game. And yeah, I think that's pretty interesting, kind of like Destiny's in some way, in the sense that the story do change up, but I believe this is a lot more variable because of all the different events that could happen based on each player's action or decisions. So yeah, maybe it's slightly stronger in this aspect. So yeah, let's get into it and see what is inside this. Okay, now let's flip it over. Okay, so once again, this is my father's work. Again, I'm not going to make any puns regarding the title. I believe it's getting old already. So let's just open it up. And this is a pretty thick box and pretty heavy as well. Okay, so yeah, let's see what's inside. Again, no artworks at the back as usual. Again, I would like to point out that as you can see from the reflection, they do come in a little bit of like you can see this part is pretty shiny. It's the UV kind of coating, and this is actually it's not as shiny, but it's still pretty smooth and shiny if that makes sense. Yeah, kind of material. So yeah, I believe they usually do go with this kind of texture, I believe, in their Clank series as well. Okay, so before I get in, I would like to just use the close-up camera to show you guys this part of the box. So they actually do let you see like what goes where. So you do have a very useful resource tree and an experiment card tree, which is very nice for setting up otherwise an rather big game. So yeah, as you can see, this is by Game Trees. So yeah, let me just turn this back. Okay, so let's start off with the rulebook. Okay, the rulebook is really nice. Hope you can tell the texture. It's a very matte kind of texture. This is good. Yeah, I don't really prefer those kind of glossy kind of rulebook. Yeah, because they do kind of show dents really easily. Yeah, unless it's like super thick. But usually those kind is like usually thin on the thinner side. Yeah, kind of like magazine kind of thickness, but not as thick. So let's get on to the contents. So yeah, we can see over here. Maybe let's just push this over here slightly. Okay, so can show you guys on the close-up camera. So these are all the different resources that you get. Sorry, I mean your components. So you do get a Chronicle book, Gameboard, Playerboard, your different cards, different tokens, and some resources token, some minis, of course. Yeah, and some scenario box. And we have metal coins here. That's interesting. So the gameplay, or rather the production quality here is really good. Okay, so for the more general one, let me just use the top camera. So yeah, that's the setup and the player setup over here. And yeah, choosing your pieces, saving your progress and scenarios, the gameplay, and consulting the storybook, and your play sequence. Yeah, that's pretty. I think that's quite a lot of rules for a app-driven game. So it's not entirely app-driven as well in this aspect, because it's still pretty much a worker placement, but the app just kind of helps to drive the story. So you have the end of game, the end of era. Yeah, it's pretty cool, and I think I quite like the theme. And oh, it's a very nice icon guide over here. So let's switch it up. Yeah, so just in case you can't tell, so this that's the kind of material that we are dealing with. So they have the icon guide for the ingredients, the knowledge types, the move on tracks, frequently used, I believe, icons, and piece rows. Yeah, so we do have all these different rows, which is cool. Yeah, so that's it for the rulebook. Let's set them one side. And then we have the Village Chronicles. So this is, you can see it's super shiny. And we have this very nice gloss. Again, I'm not too sure if this is intended. I believe it is. Yeah, so very nice. Kind of natural, like foil. So again, I'm not too sure how much I can show you guys, and I'll just show you guys maybe the first page. So I'm not gonna tell you guys where this is from, but just roughly show you guys the what's on the board. So yeah, let me just use the close-up. Again, you can see super shiny material. And as for the thickness, you can see here. Oops. So you can focus. So yeah, that's kind of a cardstock thickness. So here are the different areas for our workers to go to. Yeah. So yeah, this is for the Village Chronicles, and we can see the thickness here. So yeah, there's actually quite a bit of the maps inside. So I believe this also contains this holds the map for all the 3 scenarios. So yeah, and each scenario do also use kind of like different maps. Yeah, so yeah, so that's for the Village Chronicles. I'll leave them here. And here we have some Punchboards. So these are the different upgrades that you can do to your player board, which is essentially your mansion and also your place of conducting the experiments. So there's a quick run through of the different upgrades that you can do. Again, do pause if you want to read it. I'll go through again. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And let's punch one out. Okay, they punch quite well. And let's take a look at the thickness. So yeah, it's kind of a standard thickness. Not too squishy, but it's kind of thin actually. It's not too thick over here. So yeah, again, very shiny kind of material. And do have a 1-2. Let's show you guys the back as well. Okay, the back does show you guys all the 1-2-1-2s, which might mean the different era that you're playing in. So yeah, let's take a look at this. So that's our second board. So yeah, we do have some more new tiles. So they do have different borders. So one is with this kind of tile and a stone border. This has a greyish stone border. So we have some victory point tokens here in all 4 colors of the different players. So yeah, these are our number 3s. So yeah, I'm supposed that they are our sort of upgrades that you can do. And these are probably our starter ones. Let's take a look. Yeah, this is a storage shed. So I believe these are the starter ones. Okay, then let's push this further and take a look at our very interesting player board. So yeah, it's really nice and detailed. So you can see that it's differentiated by mainly the colors of this thing. So this is blue, and you can tell that this is green, and then we have also the this is the yellow, and we have yeah, oh, maybe I'm supposed to, yeah, I think this is kind of purplish, but yeah. Okay, so let's just take one out and look at it. Yeah, I have to take everything out over here. Okay, so this is the player board. Okay, so these are our quarters, and this is our perform experiment. So these are different upgrades. I believe when your token is overtaken by a mob, your places may only visit a church in town. So I believe these are maybe the upgrade cost. So lots of upgrade here. I believe it's kind of like different upgrades that you can do. And this is our knowledge. So you can see stored experiments, which we can pass on to our next generation. And yeah, pretty interesting. And it's yeah, double layered, as you can see. So these are the place to put your cubes, and this is yeah, the state of it. So again, it didn't come very well over here. Yeah, it kind of just scraped off. So yeah, pretty nice board. And this is the back. It just says my father's work, and yeah, it's very well named. Again, sharp corners, not a big fan of this because you can kind of hear it. You can hear the paper kind of like splitting. Yeah, it's not focusing very well. Let's see if I can show you guys. Yeah, the paper is kind of splitting a little bit. So yeah, not a fan of sharp corners. Yeah, they do kind of split super easily. So yeah, do be careful while playing with this. So that's the player board. And then we have part of the main board, which again uses this kind of jigsaw puzzle way. Again, I'm not gonna do this on camera, so in fact I'll just show you roughly where they go. So this is like this, and I can show you guys the board. So we do have a line here that's interesting. Oh, this is for the bound book. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So they do have like a space to rest the binding. So that's our generation marker, the round marker. So each generation actually has 3 rounds, which sounds pretty short. And yeah, that's the continuation over here. So I believe the points tracker, the angry mob kind of tracker. So the villagers do actually get angry at you or scared of you if you visit the church or something. So yeah, that's roughly what I got. And yeah, these are the places to put stuff. And this hole here, show you guys on top camera. So this actually goes like this. Yeah. So one thing about this is that you do have to be careful when trying to align the jigsaw parts here, because again they are sharp. So and if these are punched sort of too tightly, and it will kind of wear out this part really quickly. So yeah, and this we have a super huge cutout over here. Interesting. Not sure what we should be putting there. And this is the last board. So yeah, that's the rest of the 2 rounds. And yeah, you do have something called loss here, and yeah, so basically in the middle you just have to put the bound book over here. And yeah, I'm not too sure what this is for. Maybe it's for this part. Okay, yeah, I think it's for this part. They do fit nicely, but yeah, so it's double-sided. So this says I, so I suppose this is for the 3rd era, and this is for the 1st and 2nd one. So that's, I believe, the insanity track. Yeah. So this is this. So again, everything do have its spot here. So let me just take off the lid. Let me show you guys. Okay, so you can see that there's this cutout here. Again, this lid is quite sturdy and thick. And yeah, so you can see that this spot here is actually for this. So they do have, it's a very nice fit, and there's still notches here for you to pick it up. So yeah, and the last one actually was actually placed this way. So I believe it's for this thing to, catch it. And yeah, so this is also just nice over here to hold it in place. And the rest just kind of just stack on top. Yeah, because only the last 2 has this notch over here. So that's probably what this is for. So let's show you guys the other tray. So this is actually not the resource tray. This is actually just the tray to hold your minis. And yeah, these do come washed. And we do have all the different stuff here, which I'll show you guys. And yeah, basically this is, oh, we have some more slots here. Really cool. And this is the reference cards. And yeah, so you do have 4 sort of 6 different minis, and we have 4 of each, so 1 for each player. So yeah, player just have to collect 6 different minis to start the game. Yeah, not sure why they didn't just want to, like, you know, put this on the minis, but okay. So let's have a close-up on the minis. Okay, so first we do have this. So yeah, this is the, again, the base of minis is kind of like a black color. So I believe this is called the Housekeeper. Again, very cool. Okay, so you can see the details of the minis. You can see the lamp that he's holding over here. And the ground also do have some sort of texture to it. And yeah, it's actually pretty detailed. Like, you can see the different straps of the clothing. Yeah. Again, the wash is again, not much comment on the wash because it looks like some places have a bit more than the others. Okay, so that's the caretaker, I believe, and this is most likely the spouse. Okay, you can see that it's pouring some sort of chemical, and it's standing on some kind of like wooden planks. Yep. And next we have another female character. So yeah, this one is holding a bag or a briefcase, and it seems to have a little bit like lesser wash compared to the others. Yeah, and let me see, like this is the same one. It has like more wash at the bottom, but not as much on the head. So yeah, like you can see there's a difference between these two. Like this is a lot darker and this is not as dark. Yeah. So this is, I believe, the character itself, probably, and yeah, very nice, quite nice details. Okay, so let's take a look at this. And yeah, like you can see, this is really dark in certain places. So this one's holding a shovel here and a cloth. Yeah, so this is this, and the last one we have. So this looks like it's the same one, same guy, or maybe not. This looks a bit older. So yeah, this is in the lab coat, and the floor design is different as well. Cool. Okay, so let's also take a look at the different components here. So let's see. So these are different kind of tokens and trackers. So yeah, they are all in like the different player colors. So this is the angry mob track, I suppose. And you have the round marker and some random markers here. So this is a round marker and yeah, one-sided. And you have this and the insanity one. Yeah, again double-sided. This is double-sided as well. This is for the black player. So yeah, I think maybe they have like a different symbol representing them. So these actually have the knight, and the purple has the, sorry, the black has the gargoyle. And we have a first player marker here as well. And this, not sure what is this. So you do have 4 slots here. As you can see over here, 4 slots. So I suppose they will just store the different players' markers. And this is Yeah, we do have some red and white markers and some wooden color looking one. Let's see, and yeah, I believe this is the one. This is kind of like representing your color but with like a different symbol. So the purple one was the knight and the black one was a gargoyle, and this is a skeleton. And we do have some common ones. So these are the book symbol and this kind of star looking one. Again, all of them are screen printed, so you can see it's actually yeah, so you can't actually like scratch them off. So this is like a glass, not sure what this is called. So this is for the red player. And yeah, and we do have all these standard insanity markers or trackers. So yeah, so these are pretty same. We do have this, not too sure what is this. I don't see any other special ones over here. So previously we have the sticking a bit. So previously we have the era marker in purple. So now we have it in the generation marker in red. And then we have all this, which I thought was maybe a bit rubbery, but they're actually plastic. So you can hear from the sound of it. So these do give the different rows, like a kind of type to it. Yeah, so I believe the square represents like one of the rows, and the circle or this represents another. So yeah, so this actually do give the minis some sort of row. And this is for purple and black. Yeah, and this is for white and red. So the red is actually a bit of a maroon kind of color. So yeah, again, very light plastic here. Okay. So yeah, and we do have some sort of tray here to hold some stuff. So I believe we can hold some of the markers that we saw just now. So let's see if we can find them. Okay, so we found the round marker, which should be going here. And also the first player marker, which should go here. And this angry mob marker, which should go here. Yeah, so the rest are pretty much just the player markers, which you can see here. So I'm just going to separate them into their own bags. So next we are going to find the other pieces here, which I think we should be able to find. Okay, and we have our generation marker, which should go here, you can see. And we also have all these 8 markers with or rather tokens with books, so I believe they go here. Yeah, so again, I'm just doing this based on what I feel they might go. Yeah, so again, we have one slot here, which I remember there was one that was super huge. Oh yeah, I found it. So it's over here. So this is the special kind of symbol, which is a bit off-centered, or maybe it's supposed to be at the bottom. I'm not sure, but this should go here. So yeah, these are the special ones, and we do have a very big one here, which I'm not very sure what it's supposed to be. Again, yeah, I'll let you guys know if I do find out in this unboxing. So yeah, and I guess we can also just split this into its own bags. Again, just to give a quick rundown of the components, we have 2 circular ones, 2 square ones, and 1 hexagonal one, and 1 with these weird bumps at the side. So yeah, 6. Okay, again, you can roughly see how I've arranged them. So it's basically all the pieces here, and it's sort of standy sort of markers here. And this is the end result, the different wooden tokens, the angry mob marker, first player, and this random marker here, and the round and generation marker. Again, I'm still not sure what this is for, so again I'll continue the unboxing and see what is actually here. Otherwise, I think we can just close this up. Yeah. And yes, everything of course do close up well. And yeah, again, this might be for the cardboard tokens, could be for this as well. Oh, and we do have this card here. Let's just show you guys what it is. So yeah, these are the turn sequence. So these four are the same. It's pretty huge. And we have the start of a round, take actions, end of a round, end of a generation. And then we have the different symbols and their meaning. Cool. Okay. Okay, continuing on. Okay, here we have the resource box, which is super compact and there's not really a lot of shape, and it's, yeah, everything is super heavy here. So let's just open this up and go through what we have. Again, this is really super useful. So once again, you can see my father's work here. So yeah, this is super useful because it's the resource that you need and all in one tray. And these are not player markers, but rather they are the different resource, sort of different knowledge types, I guess, that you put on your board. Again, very nice plastic pieces. I always like these. And we do have some sort of coffin and some animal tokens. Yeah, I believe all the animals are the same, but they do have a few types, which I'm going to try to... oh, they are all different actually. But I believe they all represent the same thing. Again, my hand's not big enough. So again, I'll just show you guys all this. You can see it's screen printed. And we have all the different animals, two coffin here. Yep. The coffins are, some are the same, some are different. Yeah, we do have some different design. But yeah, we have one other design here. So I believe they do represent the same thing. Just looks different, and we have a very nice notch here to kind of scoop out the the components, which is always good. So yeah, these are all the different animals. Yeah, very nice. And we have the frogs, the bear and the wolf. It's cool. And we have some metal cogs here, or gears. There's also in different various shape. So we do have one like this and one like this. Two different styles. So they are kind of a very light metal. They are not very thick and not very heavy also. So I believe if you were to bend them, they might bend. Yeah. So these are the gears. So again, they do fit nicely here. And next we have these metal coins, which is slightly different. One is 5 and one is 1s, but they are super heavy. And they are very thick as well. Let's take one out for you guys. So I hope you can tell. They do feel like actual coins. And same for both sides. So yeah, that's your denomination of 5. Yeah, again, pretty thick coins. Yeah, very nice. And then we have a very interesting flask here, which is of course, they do sound a bit like glass, but I don't think they are actual glass, but they might be. So I'm not sure what this serves, or do we have to actually put anything inside, but the top is actually removable, which is quite cute. So there's a normal cork. Yep. Again, we have quite a bit of these, 16 in total. So this is the resource tray, which is very nice. And yeah. So, and they do close pretty nice as well. So let's put this here. And next up we do have, let's take a look at the different cards here. So these are our VP cards. And let's see, these are the different, looks as though it's some sort of mine kind of card. Not sure what is it, but you can see here. So as a free action, move your unused spells to loss. This has a 4 victory point, and it's called a compulsion. So we have quite a bit of it. So they do have some sort of flavor text here. Must record knowledge, and even for the same OA it's all different. So yeah, very nice. Again, can pause it if you want to read it. Not too sure how much I can show you guys, especially for the scenario box, but I'm just going to show you roughly what they have, or what is inside. What is inside the boxes at least, but maybe not so much of the content. So again, all these we are still looking at the different the base game. So that's not including the scenario books. So again, very nice. You can see from here. So it's different. So we do have some places to put the cards, and some bigger places to put the bigger cards, and yeah, and some holes here. Not too sure there are 4 yet. But this is the card tray, which is very nice. And let's open it up. So these, I believe, are the ones that I can show you. So we do have the let's see. So that's the A, C, and okay. Sorry, this is a B and C, and this is similar to the purple cards that I showed you just now. So let's just open this up. Okay, so again, the card quality is okay. It's thin but not flimsy, which is good. And this is the thickness roughly. So this looks like a standard size. So again, I'll confirm this with the sleeve test. And yeah, so that's the different sort of worker placement goals that you're trying to reach. So these have A on top. Yeah, so you can see these are B's. So you can see the icon. And this, you have to pay this resource and the animal to probably get this, and 3 points, I guess. So that's all the different again, the artwork here is mostly the same. So these are blue ones, so these are the green ones. I don't think it's player specific, but I think maybe they do give you more of these green color cubes. So these are for the yellow. Again, flavor text on every card. So these are the black ones. Yeah, and they do have some of this. extra things you get, and not sure what is this, maybe it's an improvement or something. So yeah, moving on to the Bs, and yeah, I think this is like move this insanity tracker to the left, and you can even gain animal tokens. So again, very nice, and it's slanted this way, we can tell. So yeah, again, really nice quality here. So let's take a look at this deck. Okay, this one is C, and I believe a bit of B in front. Yeah. So these are again all similar cards. So you plus these are $3, I guess. Again, you need more. So it's A on top. Yeah, but you need a lot more resources here. So this might be era specific, since towards the end you might be like kind of slightly more powerful. Yeah, and this looks different as well, although it's blue, but the other blues here are yeah, you can see this blue, yeah, they look different. And yeah, very interesting. You have this ABB thing here, not too sure what they. I suppose these is like the requirements to get it, like you need to have maybe 1 green knowledge or something. Okay, let's take a look at the last deck. Okay, cool. These are the C's. So this is probably like, you know, the end like experiment that you're trying to do. Maybe this is also like one of the requirements. So yeah, I remember this, vaguely remembering this. So that's like the end experiment. So yeah, we have experiments here. Yeah, these are all experiments. So I think these are like the biggest experiment, which can give you lots of points. So yeah, we do have a few, quite a few actually. So this is the maladjustment cards. You must send your spouse along with another worker to take actions. Clinging. Yeah, so these are the not as good things that you kind of have to do. Must be loved. During the layers for each creepy you gain lose 1 victory point. So that's pretty interesting. Yeah, and I really do like the quality here. It's really nice. Again, maybe these cards are supposed to go inside this hole. Yeah, maybe that's how I will arrange them. And since they have A, B, C, D, let's just... Oh, so these are the experiments. So again, these cards I'm just going to put them here, which they do fit. With quite a bit of room to spare. And this, we actually have teleportation. So up until here. Oh, that's very nice. I didn't realize the artwork here. So yeah. So let's see, the creature is actually, yeah, it's connected to what's in front. Kind of like a Iron Man. Immortality, that's all very nice. Okay. Yeah, and I'll guess I'll split this to the other side here. And yeah, and these decks, they all do have quite a bit of play here. So yeah, if they do fit here, they definitely do fit here, because you can see there's quite a bit of move. So these are number C's. I guess I'll just split them accordingly. So we have quite a bit of C's here, and these are all B's. And we have some more B's here, which are like this. Looks about right. So again, I'll cover it up. Yep, I guess I'm right. I didn't actually notice this. So yeah, that's cool. At least this pretty much means that the inserts are very intuitive. Yep. stack this over here. Again, we have quite interesting inserts here. Again, as you can see, lots of room to play with, and there's still a bit of depth to it. And there's some small cards here. So yeah, likely is for this. Again, I'll just take one out for the sleeve test later. And yeah, I'll keep this. Take one out. I'll just keep this here. Yeah, it's probably for sleeving if you don't have enough. If you are sleeving it, then you might need. Let's see if I can get a good look here. If you are sleeving it, you might need another slot here. So yeah. Again, I'm quite interested to see what these are for. Okay, so let's take a look at the scenario boxes. Which, let's see. Again, I hope they are not stuck together. Yeah, again, very nice. You can see some. Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to push down. Yeah, it kind of works. Again, the production quality is really good here. So let's just take a look at one of these. And yeah, you can see here. So the yellow fever has struck the village. So that's the cause of disease, and we have some components here. We have new experiment cards, some more cards here, immortality cards, and some more tokens. Cool. Okay, so this is what they come in just bags. So yeah, I think this might be a bit of a spoiler, but we do have all these tokens here and some of the upgrades. So again, I guess I'll make a notice here before I open it, in case there's any spoiler. But yeah, we have some wooden tokens, cardboard tokens. And yeah, I'm not going to open everything because it seems like these are some sort of scenario specific upgrades. And then we have this interesting coin here, which is also metal, so that's says a mayor. Cool. And we have some more cards here, which again, for the purpose of showing the size, yeah, they are the same size. Same size. So yeah, this is pretty cool. And we have some scenario specific cards here. You can tell from the color. Yeah. Okay, cool. I guess I would not open this because I think it's a bit of a spoiler. So yeah, I'll keep the rest in the box. And I'll just roughly show you guys what's written at the back. So yeah, you can see from here that yeah, so those were the cards and some of the building tiles. We have some estate upgrade tiles, vanity estate upgrade tiles. So these three are the tiles. The tiles. And we have some tokens here, which is the cardboard ones, and some cards. Yeah. So let's take a look at what's in the Fear of the Unknown. Yeah, so again, I won't be opening this up. So yeah, this is, the region was rife with superstitious traditions. And again, we have more cards, more tiles, and more tokens, and one house on the hill tile. Yeah, again, this didn't really mention the coins, did it? Oh yeah, we do have one mayor coin. So yeah, it's cool. Again, show you guys the sides. Cool. And next we have, this is a time of war. Spectre of war haunted a small village. So we have cards, tiles, tokens. So yeah, everything is pretty much the same. So they are just adding more sort of content. It's cool. So you have a symbol here. Yep, again, these are printed. These are not physical defects. Yeah, very nice. Okay. Right, and then I just found out that actually this should be for the different location tiles and the upgrade tiles, the square ones. So you can actually put these here. So yeah, I realized they didn't really have a place to go, so I believe these are the slots for it. And yeah, let's get on to the sleeve test. So let's start with the smallest card. So these are these compulsion cards. So yeah, they do actually fit very well in 41 by 63 millimeter sleeves. Again, these are Sleeve King sleeves, and yeah, you can see it fits really well. Very nice fitting. So that's for 41 by 63, the compulsion cards. And next we have again the most standard size ever. So this is 63.5 by 88 millimeters. So these are the mount adjustment cards as well as all the ABC cards and the experiment cards that you see in this unboxing. So yeah, we have to follow the standard poker card size sleeve. So yeah, a bit of leftover at the sides, I mean at the top. So yeah, but again, nothing major. So this is the sleeve that you should go for these cards. And next will be the player 8s, which I believe you should sleeve because these are the ones that people are going to touch the most. So yeah, do sleeve them if you can. So they do use 70 by 120 millimeters. So yeah, very cool. Yeah, and they do fit very well and it's not too tight. You can see, and the top is nice and snug. The sides are tight. Yeah, so this is a sleeve you should go for the Player 8. And again, all the different basically the scenarios, they actually do use this card size. So yeah, just go for the poker card size and you should be fine. Alright guys, so just to show you guys the fit here with the sleeve in the compartment. So it has a bit of wiggle space, and yeah, so it fits quite well. And as for the bigger cards, you can see over here, so they do fit well as well. So you can see over here, so you can see that they are nice. So yeah, not a lot of wiggle space left, but you can still put it in, no problem. And as for the deck faces here, so you can see tons of room, so no worries here. And also there should be enough space here for you to sleeve all your cards. Okay, so that's it for the unboxing. So again, if you guys like what you saw here, do give it a thumbs up and do consider subscribing if you haven't, and let me know what you guys think of this game. And yeah, that's it for the unboxing. Thanks for watching and bye bye.